Alright, Shalom. It's Brother Tazabah, GMS Birmingham Camp. I want to start off by giving all glory and infinite praises unto Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the bond of small apostles and elders of great millstone that teach and that rule well, and salutations unto the occupant throughout the four corners that are putting their life on the line week in and week out. I just wanted to come real quick, Lord willing, this is edifying. This lesson is edifying. I wanted to go into that thorn, every brother, things we want to work on could become a thorn. And certain brothers have physical thorns. Certain brothers have, all spiritual thorns get worked out. But you can have mental thorns that you have to go, overcome. And it's still just a physical sense. It's in the physical sense, Certain brothers, that may suffer from stress or suffer from anxiety, ADD, ADHD, whatever, Certain brothers suffer from PTSD, it's a lot of things that men go through or whatever that, Jake gotta, at the end of the day, you gotta deal with it, man. We all got something we're going through. We all dealing with it. But at the end of the day, it can all be regulated through the spirit of Yahweh Shai. I know certain brothers that caught seizures or whatever, and the Lord delivered them from it. And certain dudes they was catching seizures at one point, as long as they was in the truth, they was straight. But when they fell out and started speaking against the ministry, what? They started back catching them. All right, so it's just a thing of understanding ultimately that we all got a thorn, and it could be physical, it could be mental, but all spiritual thorns are always worked out through the spirit of Yahweh Shema. It's about us, working around and alleviating and, maximizing our office to the best of our abilities, despite our physical shortcomings, so to speak, or whatever, because a person with ADHD, he may not be the best speaker, or, a brother that probably has a stuttering problem. He may not want to speak, but at the end of the day, you still got to put up them lessons. So we all got thorns that, the Lord gives us understandings through herbs and prayer, because we have faith and understanding of the scriptures that, hey, the Lord can minimize the side effects or whatever, but sometimes the judgment still be the judgment, because the Lord is showing his strength despite that so-called what we would consider a weakness, or a thing that we would want to really get under control and fortify that weakness. All right, this is 2 Corinthians 12:7. Unless I should be exalted above measure through the abundance of revelations, there were given me a thorn in the flesh, the messenger of Satan, to buffet me, lest I should be exalted above measure. Yeah. So it says, even though I have received such wonderful revelations from the Most High, so to keep me from becoming proud, I was given a thorn in my flesh. All right. So he could have been physically ill, like frail, as it was just depicted, through, particular secular histories, whatever. It was, it says, I was given a thorn in my flesh, a messenger from Satan to torment me and keep me from becoming proud. So yeah, it was what? A messenger from Satan. So the Lord allowed the left hand to touch you to a degree, like Job, and what? Job, what? Though he slay me, yet will I maintain my ways before him. You see? And that's how it is, man. So no matter what we go through, we're gonna maintain our ways. All right? But it's to understand that we all got our setbacks. And I'll give different examples, not to be too long. All right. Salakia. it says, I go here. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, this is Romans. This is Paul speaking. It says, I don't really understand myself, for I want to do what is right, but I don't do it. Instead, I do what I hate. So reading it says, for that which I do, I allow not, for that I would, that do I not. But what I hate, that I do. So that's us in the flesh, man. The spirit warring against the flesh. It says, but if I know that what I'm doing is wrong, this shows that I agree that the law is good. You see? So we know the way is good. So it's this flesh that made subject to, man. Because the we know the way of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, all his ways are righteous, man. So for us to even be walking in this flesh, when he could have just gave it what he's gonna give us in the new covenant, when he give us those new bodies, man, when we fully up under the new covenant. All right. But for now, what? We're subject to these things, man. These thorns, these mental and spiritual, physical torments. All right. It says, now this is King Solomon speaking. All right. Yeah. Ecclesiastes 7:28. It says, which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found. And this is the good preacher speaking. So this is King Solomon. All right. It says, I read, though I have searched repeatedly, I have not found what I was looking for. Only one out of 1,000 men is virtuous, but not one woman. So he had to run through some women, man. He went through 1,000 women. That was a thorn unto him, to a point that what? Because he wanted to really see, is this really like that? To a point that what? Hey, in his latter years, he worshipped other gods. Let's go here. But I did find this. The Most High created people to be virtuous, but they have each turned to follow their own downward path. All right. Lo, this only have I found, that the Most High have made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions. Yeah, so Jake sought out many wickedness. Why? Because you're subject to the flesh, these chains of darkness, man. All right. Referring to 2 Peter. All right. Matter of fact, let me get there real quick. All right, 2 Peter 2:4. For if the Most High spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, and that's us, man. All right, the elect, Lord willing, we be of that number, but the elect, even Yahweh Shai himself, had to come down and what? Partake and understand what it is to walk in this flesh. Deliver them unto the chains of darkness, to be reserved unto judgment. And the chains of darkness is what? This flesh. And what is that judgment? To see if you will receive salvation or you will eat of that missile. All right. But Jake have sought out many inventions. Why? Because you're bound to this wicked flesh, man. All right. I'll go here. Matthew 19:26. But Yahweh Shai beheld them and said unto them, Salah. Yeah, Salakia. It says, but Yahweh Shai beheld them and said unto them, With men, this is impossible. But with Yahweh Shem Yahushua, all things are possible. So, with all things being possible, what? The Lord could easily cause an ailment to go away. Easily remove that thorn. All right? Now let's get it. All right, 2 Corinthians 12 and 9. But he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. All right, that's that thorn. All right. Matter of fact, Salakia. I'll put them like this. I don't know. Yeah, Salakia. I'm tripping. Can't see. It says this 2 Corinthians 12 and 9. And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the most high, that the Salakia, and glory in my infirmities, that the power of Hamashiach may rest upon me. All right? You see? That's what it is, man. This is after him asking thrice, reading verse 8. For this thing I besought the Lord thrice, that it might depart from me. But the Lord gave him that answer. In his weakness is the Lord made, it says, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. You see? In his weak flesh. This thing that is that's bound to go off, that is designed to go off, man. So we have to, according to knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, to remedy these particular ailments or whatever as best as possible. But at the end of the day, man, have faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua and trust that hey, he gonna pull us through, man. When we can't walk, he gonna carry, man. All right. But that's all I had through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Lord, one of this lesson was edifying. I want to end out by giving all glory and infinite praises to Yahweh by Shem Yahushua by Shem Kakwadash, the bonus of my apostles at Great Millstone, at GMS Great Millstone, Salaki. And salutations to the brothers. To the next time. Shalom.